What it do? It's the Culture Uncut podcast. It's your boy, DJ Nova Fresh. I'm still eating, but we in this thing.
Down there busting down some doggone McRib egg rolls. You know what I'm saying? That's egregious work right there, man. That's unprofessional.
You drinking?
Gotta hydrate. You can eat before the show. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff you're gonna eat ain't gonna do nothing but get you gassy and like high blood pressure and everything. So I'm trying to look out for you.
Some vegetable egg rolls? It's cooked in the air fryer?
Yeah, frozen.
That's gonna get you, vegetable egg rolls. Plant-based egg rolls cooked in the air fryer. Help me out, Trey.
Well, I don't care who tell it, boy. You like
help me out.
I used to
these vegetable egg rolls.
You remind me of my fat cousins when we was growing up. They used to always get caught sneaking in the refrigerator late at night, and then they act like they ain't eating, like they ain't got a doggone pocket full of doggone Oreos. And they're like, no, I'm just down here to get water. Nah, nigga, we see what's in your hands. We see what's in your pockets. Empty your pockets. I'm saying,
hey, vegetable egg roll. I can't eat vegetable egg rolls. Air fryer. They wasn't pre-cooked. They rolled up, got cabbage, carrots, and some noodles. Mama son, huh? Yeah, bust down. 4 of them.
I ain't mad at it, man. I ain't mad.
You know what I'm saying? They good too, crispy too, bruh.
Sound like they leftovers. Sound a little soggy.
Ain't no leftover with that. Straight bust down.
What's your favorite leftover food?
Gumbo.
Really? I can see that. I can see.
Gumbo get better.
I think it gets better.
It gets better because the seasoned marinated with each other.
Most people say pizza though. Oh. Like the next day.
How I order my pizza is I get the extra sauce. No, I get the extra sauce so that the next day it still has the sauce ain't sucked through the whole dough and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when you throw it back in the air fryer, it come back to life real good.
You must get like a Chicago deep dish guy.
Nah, I get it extra sauce well done.
Extra sauce well done, nigga. It ain't a steak.
I don't eat no steak well done. How you eat your steak?
Order a pizza well done is why I work.
Yeah, I like it well done because I got extra sauce on that joint. I don't like my pizza runny and stuff.
That's different. See, I never heard nobody say I order a pizza well done. That's new territory for me, but I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all. But for a steak,
what say you, chat? What say you, chat? Do you order your pizza well done, chat?
You talking English talk or you talking Chat GPT?
I'm saying the chat. Everybody that's watching the live feed.
I'm guarantee you they ain't ordering no well done pizza. Nobody doing that but you. I think you're in the league of your own. The league of extraordinary helmet men who order
a well done pizza, bro. You didn't even introduce yourself. You went straight in going on me on my vegetable egg rolls.
Yeah, I'm surprised you went live while you eating that buffet of McRib egg rolls.
You showed up late.
I expect that.
You showed up late.
I mean, it's yours truly, man. Trey Pound, the moisturizer. You already know what time it is, man. Kicking it with my boy Nova, man. Me and Big Squirt in the background. The tsunami for your mommy.
Well, good, man. How was your day?
That was hella busy, man. Productive.
A week been like that, boy.
I talked to somebody else. I think it's like the pulse of the country, man. It feel like everything is just work.
Boy, we've been getting work. That's what it is. No, I feel like we like year 3 into the presidency.
For real, I said the same.
No, you got to look back, bro. He really just took office January 20th, bro. He did about 6 years worth of work. He working us, dog.
But we had a meeting today, dog. It just tickled me, bro, because like you have your weekly meeting with your higher ups or whatever. I didn't even show up. They say, sorry for Captain. He's gonna be he's doing little taps classes right now. He's looking at transition. Like, golly.
That boy see the writing on the wall, man. That's the only one you see, Stephanie? She coming here speaking only one person. That's the only person you see. That's rude.
That's rude. Steph is a day one, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's very rude, Steph. I kind of feel some kind of way about that.
I know why you been holding on to that red hat pretty tight. So Steph, she ain't gonna greet you until you get rid of that red hat. I think that's what Steph on. That's what type of time Steph on.
What, Mom? Make the culture uncut again? No lie though. January 20th, man, he took office, bro. It feel like we've been in this thing.
Well, the liquor sales going up, ain't it? The liquor sales going up. Depression going up.
Every day, you wake up with something different, bro. It is something different going on. It's something crazy going on. It's something unhinged going on. And he's just like, throw executive order at it. Throw executive order at it. We got segregation. He brought segregation back, and the federal contractors can offer segregated restrooms and eating stuff. And I'm just like, I wouldn't mind working in that, because I wouldn't mind going into a space where it's segregated, like going into somewhere and they have like white only, colored. And I just go to the white side and be like, what y'all gonna do? Who gonna fight me? Who gonna fight me in here? Who gonna fight
You'll
me?
go to the all right, so you say you don't mind the segregated joint. You just wanted just to stir up some shit.
Yeah, just let it get popped off.
Okay.
Like, who bold enough to do it? Y'all can do it. So who's bold enough to make that, to say, hey, now I can have a segregated restroom?
And we got a call in. I think somebody calling in and talk about their segregation at their job.
Culture Uncut. How you doing?
Good. Just calling in. I kind of tune in to you brothers every now and then, so I'm chiming in.
I'm with it, bro. How you doing, bro?
Good. You know me, man.
Who there? I'm trying to catch the voice.
This Victor Scott, bro.
Oh, what up, Vic? I ain't seen Vic in a minute. Man, how your sister doing?
Good. She's good, man.
Oh,
yep.
Wait, man.
Down there.
Where you at, Vic? Where you part of town? Nova's so rude, man. He didn't give a proper introduction.
Oh, man, this Vic from back home, man.
I'm in Oklahoma City.
Okay. How you like the show, Vic?
It's good, man. You know, we need to get back to shows like this where we have good dialogue. Like I was telling somebody the other day, I missed Teen Summit, you know.
Yeah.
Like back in the day where you can get smart, intellectual conversations with teenagers and they talk about, you know, different social issues and stuff like that. And that was during the time, you know, you had the Cosby Show and you had in living world, a different world or whatever. Yeah. And you had like the younger people back then were very intellectual and they were very alert and they knew what was going on. Like besides spinning the block and twerking and blicks and all this other mess, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
But so when every time I pass, I see somebody having like some good social, you know, dialogue and just having some good conversation. Like I like to chime in. I like to talk.
Sure. What you got for us today? What you want to chop it up with today?
And one thing I see that, man, they hadn't been playing, man. I seen Big U got hit with a RICO, him and 21 other Crips. And then I saw that Yellow Beezy got charged with
the Mo 3 murder. Yeah. Yeah. That, man. So I'm like, did the dude with the Mo 3 situation, I'm wondering like, because they picked up the guy named Kawan Wright and they charged him, but I think they only got him I think he haven't been to trial for the murder yet. I know they got him on the gun charge. They gave him 10 years for the gun charge. And now they pick up Yellow Bees and somebody say that Trap Boy Freddy on the run.
Yeah, see, because, you know, it was those three, they really know each other for real, like Trap Boy, Freddy, Yellow Bees, and Mo 3. I guess Mo 3 kind of felt like Trap Boy Freddy was picking a side. He got with Yellow Beezy. I kind of heard everybody's side of the story. I ain't got no dog in the fight. And when I was listening to Trap Boy Freddy, it kind of made sense what he was saying. He was like, man, you know, I wanted everybody to be together, but I guess, you know, Mo 3 had some issues with Yellow Beezy because some type of song that got recorded and Mo 3 felt he should have been on, but Trap Boy Freddy said it wasn't no animosity, it's just that he didn't show up. Something about the song was recorded spur of the moment, and you know how when you do things spur of the moment, you don't really think about, oh man, you know, let's stop and wait and call such. So he said, and then you know he said from that root of that happening, all this animosity started. You know, that, you know, somebody lost their life.
I was having a conversation with my partner right before the show, and we was talking about everything that you just talked about, the Big U situation and the Mo 3 situation, and we just talk about as black men, bro, like we sit up here and we get angry at another black man from being from a different neighborhood, and we'll fight him if he bump us, if he step on our shoes, if he look at us crazy, if he say something to a girl, but we let other people disrespect us and we just put our head down and go about our business. You'll go to work and your boss will disrespect you, and you be like, oh, boss, but you get off work, see a guy walking in your neighborhood, you'll gun him down.
But I don't think them niggas working right there. Them ones who doing all the mowing down, them boys ain't working.
Yeah,
them boys ain't punching clouds. Them the
though.
ones right there. Like when I had a conversation with bro, I kept seeing all these clips. Big U this, big U that. I'm like, who the hell is a big U? I don't even know these. I don't know nothing about none of these people. I'm like, bro, it's too much going on in the world right now for me to try to figure out who committed the crimes and who right and wrong with the crime. It's just like I feel like when like stupid stuff like this come out for us to kind of like channel our attention on, it's always something else that we need to be focused on. I feel
why
like.
are we so competitive with each other though? And it's not a healthy competition. It's not a competition to make each other better. You can never have I've never seen two successful, let's just say rappers in the same room remain friends and have a healthy competition with each other and try to achieve success. They always just end up going at each other. Somebody got to say they're the best. Why? Why we got to be the best, bro? Why we just can't be rappers and get this money, bro?
We have rappers like that, but unfortunately, the rappers that we do have like that don't really get the limelight.
But if they got the limelight, will they remain humble enough to not become that? Because it seems to be the limelight makes them that way, right?
Well, this is the thing. When we had the limelight back in the day, but of course it was a plan that was taken into place to create the gangster rap to counter that. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why they kind of funded the whole NW movement and that whole deal was it was if you remember, I don't know if you can remember like that far, but when rap kind of first started, like the way it is now, how the trap music and the drill music, well, the majority of the rap game was conscious. So what happened? So let me tell you what grew from majority of the rap game being conscious. If you go look at like, all the different groups like Arrested Development and, all these different, like the women, even like the women wanted hair natural, the men had a lot of respect for women. We were bigging up each other, and it was, everybody was like all in one. But it was like, hell no. The same way they infiltrated the black community when the Black Panthers were thriving is the same way they infiltrated hip. With the Black Panther movement, when it was going, what did the CIA do? They put drugs in our community, and that's when the birth of the drug dealer. So now what you did is you took a community that was all one and you divided them. So now you got a side that's Black Power, and then you got a side that's like, man, I know I hear the Black Power shit, but I got to make my money by the end of the day. I'm gonna sell these nicks and dimes.
That's what they say. That's why they say they put Drake in the. They say he's the one he's the infiltration. He's the plant. He's one of them ones.
I mean, let me tell you something. Let me tell you, anytime you see a artist come out of nowhere and you didn't see they grind, for instance, we can say this. We all from Louisiana, right? Everybody on here from Louisiana.
Except Trey, he honorary now because he went to Mardi Gras.
Yeah, they say honorary. Okay. I've been the last 3 years. They say I might can run for mayor next year.
Where you originally from, brother?
I'm from Florida, Belle Glade, Florida, Palm Beach County.
Belle Glade, yeah.
From Florida? Okay, I'm gonna get on your level. So when Trick Daddy came out, when he went commercial to everybody else in the United States, was that new to you?
No, I don't think Trick Daddy ever went commercial, to be real with you. Like,
but no, his hits.
When I say commercial, meaning having videos on BET,
Yeah, no, it wasn't new to me because I was used to seeing him in like festivals and stuff like that. So it was just like
exactly, and that's what we mean by industry plant. When you have a person that just come out of nowhere, like what's that crazy? What's that girl? Ice Spice. Just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, she.
You ain't never heard nobody say, "I'm telling you, man, she gonna blow."
You got a wagon on you like that.
You
can get on the ground. You don't really need a.
Look how far it took her.
She lost.
You got
it,
a
though.
BBL plant.
She got in there with Taylor Swift. She good now. She lost that weight.
She ain't good, man. She stood on side of Taylor Swift, but she ain't got no hit. No. They only take you so far, bro. You get your little 15 minutes of fame and stand on side of Taylor Swift, but you ain't got no.
She probably
That's
right.
why you shouldn't take his Ozempic, kids.
Ice Spice cannot rap. Everybody knows she ain't got no talent.
Boy, she hard.
Light skin. She had a little shape, and it got her a few little spins and a few little shows here and there. Now you don't hear nothing about it. That was an industry plant.
Yeah, and it's so bad with rap, man. Like the wave of rap is just all about killing, bro. It's like every time you turn it on, it ain't even drug dealing no more. They using drugs and killing people. They pop a perk and take somebody's life. It's like
it's just all about. It's just a lot of degenerate stuff. It's all about. And then on the female side, it's all about selling that pee, selling that thing.
Pushing positivity.
Yeah.
Ain't no pushing positivity on their side, nothing.
And then this the thing, we as our people, we gotta take some of that blame also.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why. It's because we'll sit around and we'll complain about all of that, right? And then a conscious person will drop an album and we won't go out and support it.
Nope.
Why? Because even though we got enough common sense to know not to go reenact the bull that we hear on the Degenerate album, we like the music because they typically have the better music to dance to.
Well, they got the beats, man. It's the beats.
They got the music to wash our cars to. They got the music to sit up in the barbershop too, and we at the lounge, but that's when we hit them 808.
Who you think? Which plant you think did the most damage?
Individually?
I say Chief
like
Keef.
a rapper.
I say Chief Keef.
You think Chief Keef? I think NBA Young Boy.
Yeah.
That boy.
And the reason why I'm speaking, because just being from Louisiana, that whole war that was going on in Baton Rouge, I kind of kept up with that. It was a lot of lives lost behind that.
It was the same, same on the same level of Chicago, man.
It was the same level of Chicago, so I would say wasn't what.
Man, that's just crazy how these kids, they just want to catch a body now. Like they thrive on their negativity. Their negativity just feeds them. You can't even remember we grew up, we wanted to just hoop, hang out, have fun. You know what I'm saying? That's all we wanted to do.
Girl.
Yeah.
Fine girl.
Yeah.
Go to the movies.
That's number one right there.
Go to the movies and stuff, man. Now, bro, like it ain't even safe to go to the movies no more, bro. They gonna light the movies up.
Yeah, you gonna get damn COVID.
You see what just happened in Lafayette?
Yeah.
The people just in the laundromat washing their clothes, and the dude came in there and just shot everybody in there.
Damn, y'all killing niggas over laundry?
Nah, some
came in there wigging out.
Some dude had an episode, manic episode, allegedly.
Tide Pod?
Yeah.
What happened?
Tide
Pod gone wrong?
Like you see the Gilly the Kid situation, man.
It was an older man. It was a Caucasian man just walked in there and just opened fire on everybody.
You see the Gilly the Kid situation, man. The basketball player. This kid was a basketball player by day and a killer by night. 17.
And I happen to know one. I happen to know a kid like that just out here that played ball with my son. Same thing. I'm not gonna say his name, but talented.
You be coming on his station now. He ain't trying to deal with them consequences.
Talented kid. He was good in football and basketball. In the street.
Was a shooter too, ain't it? That nigga, he was Steph Curry in the streets, wasn't it?
That boy was a real shooter. That's a shame, man. And music has destroyed. They're right, man. Tasha and Donna, y'all right. Life has no value. It's not valuable to some people. You think about like how our culture, where we degrade the women, we promote like promiscuity. I don't even think that's a word, but we promote people having multiple sex partners, encouraging multiple sex partners. We don't even promote family values no more. Remember back in the day in the videos, you had, every time you seen a video, they was just rapping about something positive, and it was just black families around in the yard, barbecuing, having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Now,
just think about 90s R&B.
Yeah.
90s R&B was all about love, trying to get the girl, trying to get the man.
Oh yeah.
Now it's
I
about
wanna,
sneaky
beg.
links
They
and
were
getting a
begging on
bag.
songs back then. Boys to Men, Keith Sweat, Case, Jodeci, Silk. I mean, the list goes on. Monica
Hey,
and
you break
Brandy.
down some of them, boy. You break down some of them old school lyrics. Now you like, damn, these niggas creeps.
Yeah, some, bruh. I done broke them down a few times.
Hey,
But
but
it was
y'all boy wild.
still in the nutshell, majority of it was all about trying to, not trying to kill somebody, but trying to find a sister, find a sister, and the sister trying to find a handsome brother, and they trying to do that type of thing. It wasn't on no, every
Kill,
you
yeah, it
make
was
an
on.
album
Yeah.
of 18 tracks and you done killed 17 Negroes on there.
They come to the studio, they kill a body, come to the studio, rap about it, leave the studio, go kill another body, catch another body, and then, bro, it's just a vicious cycle with these young kids, bro.
They're so desensitized to death. They're literally playing Fortnite in real life.
Yeah, just taking people out, man. It's to the point, man. Like, I don't even go to the gas station at night no more, bro.
Nigga, what the hell you doing at a gas station in a Tesla?
You gotta move different.
Man, they got chips and stuff at the gas station. Chips and drinks.
If you're not on that type of time, you still gotta move like you on that type of time.
Exactly.
And it's crazy, like us civilians gotta move like we're a street dude. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? That's how I am. When I go somewhere, man, I always got my pistols with me. I got them all the time. When I go to a restaurant with my kids, I don't sit with my back to the door. I'm always surveying the restaurant, looking left and right, because there's so much that goes on, and it happens in a split second.
And I dress down. I dress in like day clothes because I don't want to be a target, bro.
Exactly.
I'm cognizant if I'm walking out in the parking lot in the middle of the night. I'm cognizant. I'm looking head on the swivel, bro.
I think every man should be like that. I don't think there's just like a black culture.
Nah, bro. We should, but these dudes ain't, back in the day, it used to be like, stick them up and we just gonna take your stuff and leave. They just shooting you. They gonna take your stuff and shoot you.
Even if you give them everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, I got a routine either way, but it's been like ingrained in me for a long time. Like, all right, I make sure I leave the house with X, Y, and Z. Same, if I'm going to a restaurant, I'm gonna sit here. Same move. Like, it wasn't nothing dealing with me being approached by. It's just in general, there was just safety parameters I just took as a man. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree with y'all on like we definitely got to take life more serious when it comes to how one emphasis that we want to place on our family goals was communication, on how we talk to one another. And I think a lot of times, and I know Nova, you had hit it on that earlier when you saying why do we get so aggressive with one another so easily? Like, why can't we just like talk to each other like on a human level and try to get to some understanding before it results to violence? And a lot of times it be a lot of societal like shit that just like pressures that's like on us, and we just like, there's no excuse for it, to be real with you. And I think conversations like these and platforms like these, we do have to have the discussion and try to get to the bottom of it, that we are our only, like, we can't look at each other as ops. Like nobody else is doing, no other culture is looking at each other like, all right, well, that person is my op. That person is my competition. That person don't have my best intentions. We can't go into a job where we both in the same field and be like, all right, well, like, that's my competition. The only black man in the room, like, why can't I go to that brother and like, all right, how can we can both build and level up type vibes? It always got to be competition, and it shouldn't be that way. I agree. All across
We
the
gotta
board
help
with
each
everything
other
else.
out, man. We gotta look out for each other, help each other out, and we gotta be
I think we gotta
receptive
change
to
the
people.
narrative, though.
We gotta be receptive to the help. Like some people get angry because you're trying to help them. I don't need your help. It's just, man, we gotta get back to that, just bigging up each other, man, being positive, just spreading positivity, trying
But
to
I do
reach
think
them.
there's I do, and I want to put that out there too, because I do think that there are platforms that do that. There are music that do that. There are like other.
Gotta make it mainstream though. We gotta pump that music up.
Yeah.
We gotta say that's what we want to consume. We don't want to consume this more. Man, I tried to listen to that Playboy Cardi album, bro. Bro, what the hell is he saying?
I can't listen to it.
I thought that's your vibe right there, boy.
I didn't know what the hell the boy was saying, man. I'm a pill. I'm like, what the like?
You want to talk in your helmet language?
That's yours. That's that future bag. That's that future bag.
I gotta be able to understand it.
Man,
Can't understand it, bro. I can't understand it. I just wish that, like, honestly, bro, a lot of these kids need hugs, man. They need hugs. They need to be shown affection and love, man.
Yeah.
They coming out the womb battling at war.
We missing how you. We ain't got a Medea, a Big Mama, a grandma.
Bro, we don't need no Medea, boy. That boy, that's a man wearing a dress.
Because the grandma, no.
He said Medea. He said Medea.
When I say Medea, I'm not speaking in Tyler Perry terms.
Yeah.
With that fruitcake, that fruitcake there. I'm talking about in real how I came up. Where you had the matriarch of the family and where nobody's, like he said, when they say they need a hug, we don't have those type of grandmas around no more, because the grandmas you got now, hell, she's 36 years old.
And Ratchet, she posted on the fan video.
Because her daughter started having babies at 13, 14, and she had her daughter when she was 13, 14. So ain't no hug come from grandma. Grandma getting dressed to go out and be outside.
And Tasha, you're right. It's enough money in this world for everybody to eat. We can, you know how many people you could put $1 down on the table and mark the serial number, and I guarantee you everybody can get that dollar at some point.
I don't know about all that. No,
they will. What I'm saying is, think of it like I own a record company. You own a company that makes the vinyls that the records are printed on. You make the company that makes the needles for the record. You know what I'm saying? And so on. So we all getting this same dollar at some different at one level or another. But we all in competition. We all want to go. Everybody want to have a record company, and that's cool. But we all compete with each other. We competing for the same audience. Whereas instead of us all getting a record company, how about what you need for your record company? You know, you need studio equipment. I'll go get the studio equipment. You ain't got to get it. I'll get the studio equipment. You just record in my studio.
See, I think when I speak about changing the narrative, I don't like to put us as like when you say we all, like, because it's a lot of people that let's try, like us, for instance. Everybody on this call, everybody who's tuning into what we got going, everybody of that same cloth, or that same mindset, or they want to consume good stuff, and they want to make sure like their communities are good, and they have a good message they're putting out. So I don't like to say like we all, because I do believe to the core of my heart, like when it comes to a lot of these industries, there are Black people that's doing the right thing and trying to push out a good message. I don't know if you guys, I'm reading this book now, the Jason Williams joint, the Man, the Moment Demands, or something like that. The Moment the Man.
Dude who shot somebody in his house, Jason Williams?
I don't know. He may have. I don't know his criminal history.
The basketball player Jason Williams?
Yeah.
Nah. He's a like a activist.
Oh, okay.
Religious guy. But no, he got a book out, and he talks a lot about like man talk to yourself in the mirror, and addressing a lot of like trauma, child-based trauma stuff that we deal with culturally. On a man level, and like stuff that we ingrain into our kids that we don't know that we ingraining into our kids, as far as like, oh, how come you 6'6" and you're not on a basketball team, and like how come, you know, like stuff like classic stuff, and just trying to just eliminate it. But I do see people putting the best foot forward, I guess, is eliminating a lot of these narratives, I guess is what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah. When I say you all, I'm talking about like-minded people. Everybody can't go. Everybody ain't going. You know what I'm saying? So I'm speaking of like-minded people, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the answer is, bro. I really don't, man. Like, what is the answer? How do we hit a reset? How do we take that back from being the image?
I think we got to paint our own image, because right now we're going off the images that they painted for us, right? In a lot of aspects. And I think, and when I say I do feel like all these platforms play a part in it. All these billionaires, all these doggone, like,
because there's money to be made off of it.
I was listening to this one brother. He was breaking down the history of like rap, and he was trying to get to the bottom, like what was the core to the bottom of the Kendrick and the Drake beef and whatnot. And it was saying that a lot of it had to do with like the plant stuff that we talking about. Like,
it's the music executives, bro.
They were saying something happened on a tour when they went on tour, right? And it was and it made me like recall back to like, all right, when Drake first got onto the scene, like it was a while where black men wasn't really vibing with it like that. Like, and then they had that tour where they took and Kendrick went on them with that tour. Something happened on that tour. They were trying to say like something on there he saw that kind of like changed his perception of it, and then from that point on, it was just up for them too in general. I think we gotta like shift it to where we're not like consuming all the stuff that they pushing at us. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm trying to get to. Like the music, the apps, like all this stuff. Because they pushing information to us, and it's all just like bad shit. Like, and I feel like on all these social media apps, it's all like when you open it, all you see is just like I ain't even know who. What's the dude name? Y'all just talking about you, whatever name you.
Big U.
Big U. I ain't know nothing about Big U. But as soon as I open the app, everybody talking about Big U and the history of Big U. I'm like, bro, like I got more like real shit going on in my life to be trying to figure out what the hell Big U got going on. But I almost feel like we're pushed in a way to like stay in that degenerate like mold, if it makes sense. Like when it comes to music, when it comes to these apps and all that stuff. That's why if we can get our own lane of people who making real positive music, real like apps, and where we can control our content, like our program, because it's all programming, and they programming us to a way where they want to just drive us.
We have all those. We have like platforms and we have lanes, but it don't get supported. It don't get the same support as
negativity rules. Negativity rules. Look at the shade room.
Ever since Jerry Springer and Geraldo, and I mean, toxicity is failed.
Yep.
Well, that was in their toxic bag back then. Jerry Springer, Ricky Lake.
Yeah.
What?
I always gonna say, look at the numbers the shade room does when they post something negative.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I'm gonna kind of open your eyes up on some stuff like that. Those different blog sites like the Shade Room and Lipstick Alley, you know what a lot of all those blog sites have in common?
They're owned by white men.
No.
What?
They're owned by a lot of non-FBA people. And what I mean by that is they're owned by a lot of immigrant black people, like, Nigerians and, people from the Caribbean. And they come in, I give you another one, academics. Academics became a millionaire off of instigating the Chirac drill music.
Keeping the score. Keeping the score. What he called it. Keeping the score.
Where is he from?
I don't even know where he's from.
Jamaica. Yeah. See, and what happens is, because it's what I'm talking about, it happens with politics too. When you see a lot of these black faces, running and they get in these politics, and you see that they look like us, they kind of dress like us, but you like, damn man, he on some cool stuff. Then when you start digging and you get the Wikipedia, and you say, oh, he's from Trinidad.
I see what you're saying.
Well, he's from, because that's what Kendrick was saying when he was like, they not like us. It went over a lot of people's heads when he was talking about influence, and then he was talking about you try to imitate our style and all this, but you can't imitate this, because when he said you run to America trying to imitate our heritage, because that's what they do. They come over, they dress like us, they try to talk hip, then they infiltrate, and then they'll turn right around and create a blog or a video blog, or they get to doing their journalism, and they sit back and laugh and talk about you.
Got you. Makes sense.
And calling us, because when you go over their countries, when I've been on some of their pages, they call us Akatas, and that's a Nigerian term for a Western African term for slaves, and they laugh and talk amongst themselves. They say we don't have no culture. That's one of the biggest talking points when you talk to immigrant blacks. We don't have no culture. They have no culture. They have no culture. We have no culture, but everybody in the world steals from us. You got Asians trying to get afros. You got Asians doing trap music. You got Asians doing black spiritual music now. They got bass choirs over there in Asia singing like black people. You got African people, Dido and Burna Boy and all these people that try to emulate what we do, Nasty C. The list goes on. But we have no culture, but everything y'all do, It comes from
We
what
are
we
the
do.
culture, man. We are the culture
Sell
of
a
the
shoe,
world.
they sell a cereal, they sell a pop tart, they got hip hop music in it. You know what I'm saying? Like everything comes from what we do, but we have no culture. We are the culture.
Yeah, we are the drumbeat of the culture. Straight up.
Like
Yeah, fresh and fit. Go ahead. You preaching right now. Throw that boy
let's
a
go back
couple
to
$2.
Obama.
Get that boy a $2 bill.
Let's talk about Obama. The first thing they knew that we was going to go with what they put in front of us on the surface. Most of our people took the bait. All we needed was somebody with a dark tan. So what they did, and it Obama. But Obama had a white mama and he had a Kenyan daddy, and he could not relate with none of our damn struggles.
For sure.
But my president is black. My Lambo's blue. All we saw was a black face in the office, and we were satisfied with that. He threw some parties at the White House with Usher and Ludacris and all them invited. You know, he used a little slang here and there. They got some photo ops of him shooting basketball, and he had a chocolate wife. You know, that was curvaceous. But let's talk about what all happened under his administration. Back to Blue happened under his administration. Trayvon Martin happened under his administration. Mike Brown happened under his administration. Alton, what's the boy in Baton Rouge?
Alton Sterling.
Sterling happened under his administration. So I'm looking like they put that in front of us, decided to throw the pacifier on my, okay, these Negroes will shut up now. We gave him a black president. But what did he actually do? Not a damn thing. You know who benefited from that administration?
Who did?
The LGBT community is who benefited the most from the Obama administration.
See, that's the thing. I guess that's my only pushback. Like, as a culture, I think that's the only thing that we see that he did for during that administration. But we don't take into consideration what he walked into, or where the country was,
Bro,
as far as the economy was.
47 presidents walk into whatever the last president left. So that's no excuse.
I'm talking about, you remember what the housing market was looking like around when he walked in? Like,
bro,
but we was
bro.
The housing market was fucked, bro. Like, I had a house. I ended up, I lost a house in that doggone. Like, I knew like the shit was in Florida. Like, bro, like that shit hurt a lot of people, dog. The way the pulse of the country when he walked in, like the economy was in the shitter, dog. To be real with you, dog. It wasn't like he walked. It ain't like how it is. Like, I ain't never seen nothing like that. To be real, like
the vibes of,
yeah. You don't think the economy got better after he left?
Hell no.
That's cap, right?
Hell no.
Boy, you see, y'all get so caught up in the gay shit that y'all don't even like think about none of the like the other shit that he did.
It got better if you was gay. Yeah, it got better because you got all kind of gay rights and benefits. You got all kind of anti.
This is what I'm talking about, right?
Gay hate crime bills and all. You got the Back to Blue. It got better for the police. You got the Back to Blue. That was that originated during the Obama administration. Yeah.
What did that got to do with the economy, though? The economy was like, it was at an all-time low. That's the second worst economy in American history, bro. Like, look it up. Yes, dog. He inherited the worst. Go look it up, dog. That's historic shit, bro. Go ahead.
I ain't seen nothing.
As far as the economy wise, I'm talking about economy. I'm not like, we not too far off with all the other shit that you talking about.
Economy wise, I made money every time a president was in there, whether it was red or blue, whether it was Republican or the Democrat.
So nobody in your world lost a house doing that doggone, like when the house is in crisis.
No, and I had, hey Trey, full disclosure, I had just bought my first home in 2005, and I didn't know, nobody had ever explained it to me how to buy a home. Right, I go up to the place. I thought it was like buying a car. I go to the place, and the dude, countrywide agent, was like, I had more than enough money to qualify for whatever loan was given to me, but he was like, yeah, just this interest only loan. He's like, so you just pay the interest, it's cheaper. And then like in 10 years, you'll pay, it'll adjust and you pay the rate in the month. He was like talking numbers. He just showed me the payment. He's like, look at the payment. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. It's like renting, right? But I own it. He gave me an adjustable rate mortgage that in Hawaii, bro. I was like, I didn't know. I did not know. I had no clue that I got into a subprime loan because I was naive when I went and bought the house, right? The bubble pop, the interest rate hopped up, but luckily I was in a position to where I could afford it. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't I couldn't sell a house because it was upside down. It was upside down. The house wasn't even worth the value that I had brought it for, bro. I lost like $100,000 in value. So I couldn't even refinance it into a proper loan that I thought I had. I thought I had the VA loan on the joint.
See, this is some real, like this.
Like this man.
What you saying right now, like is what a lot of people.
But it actually worked out in my favor because the economy crashed. So they had to lower the interest rates. So that 1 year that it was when the market crashed in that 1 year, if you actually held on to your house, it reset. The interest rates was like 1%, bro. I started paying 1% toward this house. And so what I started doing was paying more to get towards the principal of the home, to take the principal down, to kind of get even with it. And I was able to do that. And then an opportunity came and I sold the house for a profit.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like millions of people wasn't lucky as yourself and wasn't in an industry where like they lost their job or like it wasn't like shit wasn't sweet for a lot of people is what I'm saying. And if you go back and look at the data of the economy.
That's what I was saying too. I was like, you speaking from an individual perspective. I'm like, you got to look at it from a general population perspective. It might have worked out good for you.
It honestly wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been good had I not been in the financial situation I was in. You know what I'm saying? So I could see how people easily got taken to the cleaners because they were throwing adjustment. They wouldn't even, bro, I walk in there, I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm thinking I got it. I thought I had a whole VA home loan on my house, bro. I didn't know. I was naive about the house buying process. And it was a big, huge, valuable teaching moment that I'm just fortunate to be blessed that I was in the situation to carry it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know a ton of people that shit impacted. Even like people that like in our world now from both sides of the doggone coin, you know, on the caucus side and on the black caucus side.
Yeah, like
bro, that shit impacted me big time.
Yeah, that was a huge time, bro. That a lot of people, a lot of people didn't know what type of loan they had. Like them interest rate only loans, the bubble popped on them, bro. When that interest rate reset, and it was like what 8% or something like that, and $5,000 a month.
Hey man, you might well come get this motherfucker, boy.
He should have got it. He should have got in office doing the same thing. The mother president when they started signing executive orders, we should have had an anti-hate crime bill.
Yeah.
To protect black people.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But he wasn't on
1,000%. I agree with that.
Like,
I think that's what I think for us. We see like that's our one thing, like bro. Like you had your chance to like make shit. Like we just I think we culturally hold that.
You know what's exposing that? What's exposing that is that dude Trump. I'm gonna tell you why it's exposing stuff. Now, and let me just say this as a disclaimer. I didn't vote for neither one. I didn't vote for Kamala. I didn't vote for Trump. I don't have a dog in the fight. But what it did, it exposed a lot of presidents because when he got in there, how many executive orders did he sign? 79, something like that.
Man, about 2,000 right now, boy.
Yeah, that nigga signing them right now.
And so, me and my dad had the conversation.
You gonna wake up the song?
Like boom. Me and my dad had the conversation. He just exposed the presidents because now can't nobody say Obama came in. He didn't have. I was like, man, this dude came right in the first day.
Chokehold, bro. He got the game. He came in with 100 executive orders on the first day, pre-filled out. If
Obama was on some black stuff, even if he couldn't give reparations right there, he could have said, "Well, what I'm gonna do, I can protect black people."
Them folks wouldn't
I'm
let.
finna write. I'm
A
finna
mother
sign
came in, boy, they were calling his kids nappy headed. They were calling.
No, you know what's funny though?
They went at the man whole family. They went at the whole tribe. They were like, boy, they had us focused on all like trying to.
Now you know what's funny about what you say is funny because Obama was one of the first presidents that wrote a lot of executive orders, right? And they called him, they got on him about writing executive orders. How can you be a president leading by executive orders? You are a president leading by executive orders. There's unsaid.
Double
It's
standards.
so funny. Like, cause I've been watching politics as long as I can remember. I've been in tune with politics. And I remember that was the Republican drumbeat. How can you be executive order president?
I dare this nigga.
You need to go to Congress and Senate. He's the executive. He got an executive order for all his foolishness. And now look, Trump in office, this dude got an executive order for he trying to impeach judges. He's trying to impeach judges for challenging him.
They look, they try to impeach him. They try to put charge, and that's what we wanted out of our so-called black president, to go in there and say, man, fuck what y'all talking about. I'm finna write an executive order for anti-hate, because y'all can't, because know what he did, right? He wrote one for the hate bill, the hate crime bill for Asians. He wrote one for the Middle Eastern. But I'm like, but everybody's going, oh, my president, my president, but he ain't write one for us. So I'm like, man, you writing it for somebody way overseas, but not us. We wasn't.
Those over there in them doggone massage parlors.
I just find it funny though, man. Like I don't rock with Democrats or Republicans. I just go after them both. But it's funny that he came in, Trump, on his first day, he overturned a civil rights executive order from 1965. The fact that never became a law, they wasn't planning on protecting you. All these politicians have passed through since 1965, and this dude come in day one and take the executive order, split up, throw it in the trash. Like you never put a bill in to protect people.
Obama wasn't the first one to release the release the files for Martin Luther King getting assassinated.
You know what? Trump about to release these shit. We're gonna see all Martin Luther King work. We about to see all Martin Luther King fucking these white girls, boy.
Didn't they say they hit John Kennedy with a switch? The CIA hit him with a switch?
Hey, it's already released. People was posting it today.
Yeah, it came out this month. Yeah, the JFK came out. One came out. They say it was a switch. They hit him with the switch.
They do that since that's our black president.
That man flexing, bro.
No, I can tell you he ain't do it. Well, he said it again. Because his daddy was Kenyan and his mama was white. He wasn't black, so it didn't mean the same. It didn't hit the same way it hit for us.
And they say Trump gonna run for a third term.
He gonna get a third one out of y'all.
His daddy wasn't in the civil rights movement. Know why? He was Kenyan.
Yeah.
His daddy didn't go through Jim Crow. You know why? Because he's from Kenya. His daddy.
Well, what about Michelle daddy?
Wasn't a citizen from Cleveland.
But they went at Michelle ass too, nigga. Don't act like they ain't go at Michelle too. Michelle daddy don't went through all that shit. Michelle,
but she ain't the president though.
But she ain't the president.
They was on her ass like she was the president. Nobody ain't on none of the other first wives' ass. Like we didn't even know who Joe Biden's first wife was.
Dr. Jill
She's
Biden.
Not the president. She's still not the president. She's not
know what I'm saying, bro. It was just a different level of scrutiny when that man was in the office than any other. Like I ain't never seen nobody attack nobody to the. Huh?
Okay, let me ask you this: Who has had the worst scrutiny ever out of all presidents? Keep it real.
The worst scrutiny?
Yes.
Out of all presidents?
Who has had the worst?
I would say either Jimmy Carter.
I was gonna say Bush.
Obama.
I was gonna say Bush.
Did they try to put Obama in prison?
You talking about Trump? Yeah.
Oh, Trump? No, they don't rape some people now. Come on now, don't act like that nigga ain't. Don't act like he guilty now.
No. I'm not.
That boy got evidence of this nigga raping people now. Don't come on here acting like you sounded like you done voted for this motherfucker.
No,
boy.
I'm not coming on here acting like anything. That's why I had a disclaimer. Before I started speaking.
You sound like you on that red side a little bit.
What did I say in my disclaimer?
You said you ain't vote for Trump. He said he didn't vote for Trump. He said he didn't vote for him.
Yeah,
he did say that in this disclaimer, bro.
Hey, bro, that's why I had a disclaimer. Don't listen with your emotions. Don't listen with your emotions. Listen with logic.
But you saying, okay, so you saying none of the felonies is real.
No, he ain't saying it's not real. He's not saying it, but he's saying they went after him. He's the first one that's been prosecuted. He's the first one that's been prosecuted outside of Richard Nixon. He's the first one they went after. Like
he's the first one to rape somebody. He's the first one to rape. Like, I don't know, like, what are you supposed to do with that?
I don't know about that. What I'm saying is, he has went through the most scrutiny. What I'm saying is, I wish Obama, if Obama was the Negro we thought that he was supposed to be.
If Obama raped somebody, that nigga would have been locked up.
If he came in on some, I'm writing the executive order. Number one, I'm writing an anti-hate crime bill.
Oh, they got him up out of there. They'd have got him up out of there quick.
Yeah, he
been on the first thing smoking. He'd have been on the first thing smoking. Bro, I gotta get Pete Stroller to let me use that Obama.
Is that a song?
Yeah, that's a song. I gotta get Pete Stroller to let me use it. Let me use it on the show, bro.
I don't even know who Pete Stroller is. But we definitely don't need to play that.
I'm so glad now that I didn't vote, because I didn't vote for Obama either. I didn't vote during that time either. And now I'm glad, because I hear a lot of people that did vote was like, man, I was all caught up into the, him being black, and I was caught up into that bull too, and only to find out like, man, he wasn't on shit. I was like, I'm so glad at an early age I kind of was on that. Before all the people start getting all into the woke stuff. At a kind of early, man, I was kind of on a lot of stuff early. I'm kind of happy I was, because I was just kind of seeing through the bullshit. I was just like, man, like, is he really? Because I knew a lot of our people wasn't going to do the research. He was just going to go with what's on the surface. You see a black man with a little Caesar cut, little chocolate brown white. Okay, he good with me just from that. He good with I'm going through the rabbit hole. I want to know, like, if you really like that? Well, future kids, boss said, if you like that, that's what I want to know. Yeah, and we saw he wasn't like
100.
That nigga looked the part.
Hell yeah.
He looked the part, but he wasn't like that.
For sure.
I remember this old head told me a long time ago. He's like, boy, you ain't rich. Why you voting like you rich? That shit hit home. I'm like,
real.
damn.
If anything, when we get our own party, I'm going to vote when we get our own party. You can have the Democratic, you can have Republicans, and then you have an all-black party.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't fool with Diddy, but I do agree with what Diddy was saying before they got him jammed up. He was actually saying, like, we should have our own independent party.
Yeah, he talking about a Diddy party.
No.
He talking about a baby oil party. He gonna have his own independent baby oil party.
I'm talking about in the political realm, we should have our own party. You know how you have lobbyists, and they, the lobbyists go out and they say, we'll donate this, but you got to change this law. You got to do this for us. We got to have our own independent black party. And then
I pushed by none one of these entertainers, because I ain't trying to hear none of them.
Hell no.
Diddy.
Hell no.
The committee, like all you doggone baby oil assassins. I ain't trying to hear what none of y'all got to say.
The problem is we don't need a leader. Let the code be the leader.
Mm-hmm.
Standing on code. What I mean by standing on code, like, if it's 4 black men, you got one black man, he Muslim, you got one black man that's Christian, you got one black man that's a Crip, you got one black man that's a veteran, Army veteran.
Yeah.
We all 4 of us got differences, but we gonna all agree that we black first, and that we want tangibles first. Then once we get that, y'all can go back to whatever life y'all represent. But when we come together as our independent black party, we telling them, hey, we want our reparations. We want y'all cops to stop killing us. So we want an anti-hate crime bill. We don't want to pay taxes. We want our land, because back then it was 40 acres and a mule, but y'all gave it to the $5 Indians. So we want all that too.
I think the problem is we can't find I think the problem is we can't find like core stuff that we like, core fundamental political stuff that we can kind of agree on. It's always, and it goes back to the competition thing, where like
we've been having it. Bruh.
Until we can get on the same.
Like that. Just look up Dr. Claude Anderson. when he wrote Powernomics. Me and we had an independent party, bro. We should go out there and ask for, we should have free education. Black people should have free health care if you're a descendant of slaves. We should be exempt from federal taxes. We should have interest-free homes, anti-hate crime bill. Y'all free all inmates that was incarcerated for selling marijuana since it's legal. You know what I'm saying?
Some of them niggas you might need to keep in.
We want a bill. We want an executive order from land and the home discrimination. We want an interest-free business loan.
Oh yeah, they can give you the ARM.
We want protection from all stop and frisk.
The white man be like, listen here, nigga, this is where we draw the line.
And all. I'm telling you, that's all we go up there with a list and say, hey man, this what we asking for. You won't have our vote. Because you know who the Democratic Party blaming the reason why Kamala lost? You know what they blaming it on?
The black people?
No, they ain't.
The black, yeah.
Nah, they can't. We ain't got no dog in this fight. Boy, they can't blame that on us. Boy, no, they can't do that.
No, I'm saying that was the whole reason why they opened up the floodgate to the border. That went over a lot of people's heads.
They wanted to reclassify they wanted a new class of voters.
They knew they were treading on thin ice.
Now they got to figure it out because now we on a whole nother level of checked out.
They knew they were treading on thin ice. I'm gonna tell you why. They was like, all right, the jig is up. Black people starting to wake up. They starting to see that the Democratic Party, they've been selling them out for years. They go out there in the street and they campaign for the black vote. Once they get the black vote, they turn their back. If you notice, this go around, the black people was either like me, saying I ain't voting for neither one, or a lot of them was like, I'm gonna go vote for Trump. Then you had a lot of black people that were saying,
I gotta go pee, boy. That's who I'm about to go vote for the toilet.
They were screaming Kamala, 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 and then when they went inside the booth, nigga, they was choosing Trump. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I was telling people when they were saying, "Oh, I'm just voting for Kamala because she's black." I'm like, well, if that's what your excuse is, Cornel West was on the ballot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a registered independent. That's what I've been trying to say. If we really serious and want to take our vote serious, all black people should just go the independent route. But every time you bring that up, it's another all these motherfuckers are bought, bro. Everybody got a price. And that's the problem.
Man, they brought by the corporate, man. That's why they got these lobbyists and donations that they make. Elon just put out that he was going to donate to every, he's going to make the maximum amount of donation he can to every Republican that supported something. Man, he just said, I'm buying whoever, bro. Yeah. He just sitting dog whistle, bro, right in the open, bro, and nobody.
And you know what? You know what the nigga dogs gonna do? Same thing Snoop Dogg did. You can go down there and get that check and be like, yup. This is who we need to go with. And that's why we would never be able to until we can not be controlled by.
It wasn't just Snoop Dogg.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying in general that mindset though is what I'm saying. I don't want to put it on one person. I'm just saying that's the mind of people who are controlled by a dollar, and people they're in a whole nother bracket than us. They looking at when RFK was on that doggone Key show and they had asked him, who do you think, he said, take yourself out of it as an independent runner. Who do you think will win? Who do you think make more sense for the country to vote for? And he was like, if you're rich, if you're about corporations, and it makes more sense to vote for Trump. But if you are trying to better the economy, it makes more sense to vote for Kamala. When Dave Chappelle was he was doing a comedy show, and he was being heckled. And cause Dave Chappelle, he just said how it is. And one of the hecklers was like, yo, what are you gonna do when Trump get in office? And he just looked at him and like, I'm gonna get a tax break. That shit ain't gonna bother me, bro. This shit gonna affect you more than me, is what he's trying to say.
And that's what I be saying, man. I'm gonna still do what I've been doing, but at the same time, I was telling people, I was laughing because I was getting under people's skin because people were trying to do that, use that fear mongering stuff with me. Man, you better vote Kamala, man. You sit up there not voting for nobody. You better vote Kamala, because we gonna go back in slavery. I say, bruh. This is his second time running, right?
Oh, that nigga about to get a third.
The first time he ran was we in slavery, Negro. Come on, man. Quit. Stop with all that. I said, I'm not voting for neither one. I
think the fear mongering is always gonna be there. I think that's why we gotta unplug from all this shit.
You have cats that be talking about I'm Christian and I'm God fearing and all this, and I be laughing because they be man, when they be contradicting themselves because they be like hardcore. The cat that I was getting on, he was hardcore Kamala. And he was a preacher. And I was like, okay, to each his own. I ain't going to judge y'all who you vote for if you don't vote. But I was laughing because I was like, let me just say this, since you just trying to make me feel like I'm less than because I ain't voting. I said, you a preacher, right? Yeah, man, I preach and I got my own church. Cool. I said, okay, so you kind of like to choose who kind of line up with your values, right? He's like, yeah. I say, so you okay with a man being able to go in the same restaurant with your daughter?
That was the shit that got everybody.
I ain't gonna lie.
That Christian doggo.
Right now, I think I can handle what she giving us. Like what he doing, bro. I told you, bro. I felt like I aged 3 years, bro. I wake up, I'm like, bro, is this? This only March. The boy just got there January 20th, bro. It's March. I feel like, hey, I ain't gonna leave you lie, bro. I feel like we done fast forward 3 years, bro. Like we can't, dog.
What part of your life has changed?
That I don't like to talk about. What's changed? A lot. A lot has changed, and a lot is changing.
Tomorrow too. When I walk you up, shit changes like rapid.
I gotta get a career. I gotta get a new career field, bro. Straight up. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. Like
shit,
that's why I say, man, I could at this point, bro. I could handle the
Yeah, hey man, they put them damn tampons in the bathroom, nigga. Like
you want to be a dolphin today? You want to identify as a dolphin today? I think I can handle it.
I'm not with them teaching my son.
Oh, I'm not with that. I'm not with that either.
I ain't saying it.
But listen,
putting gay books in the classroom.
But you know what though?
All the books out the classroom.
But here's the thing though. I would rather deal with fighting that than what we fighting right now. Man, this boy, what people missing, bro, this dude just stuck his middle finger to the court system. He put some dudes on a plane with no due process, bro. No due process. And sent them boys to another country. We don't even know if they all illegal like that. For real, for real. We don't even have no valid proof that, bro, he like, oh, he's Spanish and he got tattoo, he gang member. Put him on a plane. That literally could have happened. He defied the judge's orders, bro. No due process, nothing. I want the criminals out the country too that ain't citizens. I do too. But it got Americans that ain't no better than them. You know what I'm saying? Fleece Johnson free. And he probably 10 times worse than them boys.
Hey, yeah. Man, hey, you got Big U, but Big U got a lot of rap sheet too.
I do like the fact that they audited the IRS.
Yeah, they need to cut that IRS.
I like the fact that they found out that it was 20 million people that was receiving checks that's not even alive, that was receiving Social Security.
Nah, I think they recanted that.
They recanted that. Audited Tesla now, since that's
But I get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying, but I ain't gonna lie, man. The way it's going right now, and the way things flying out, bro, I'm talking about it's a new change every day, bro. It's a new change every day, bro. And like it's directly affecting it's directly affecting me and Trey. We're like the first night. We don't want to. The first night, bro. The first night Trey hit me up, bro. They didn't got rid of my boss, dog. Came in, took his boss, told his boss, "You out of here, cuz."
And guess why? They was like, just because she said I want a diverse workplace.
Get up out of here. They were like, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. Bye.
They had her shit packed up, and they were like, people.
Bro, they didn't even give her 24 hours. That boy wouldn't even. He didn't even. When he said solemnly swear, they was already getting rid of him.
Hey, but y'all cool with like 13,000 government officials making over $100,000 a year, but they had millions in their bank account?
Shoot, that's called politicians. Look at all the senators and congressmen. The senators
they were getting rid of them people.
I take everything. I put it like this, man. There are some things that I agree with. I agree that there needs to be efficiency and accountability within the government, but the government isn't a business. So everybody got to get an understanding that the government, it cannot cannot be ran like a business because it's a not-for-profit organization. The government is a service-based industry, service to the people. There are some regulations that I do feel like we need to cut, but there are a lot of regulations that we need to keep. The government needs to act like the big brother that protects the people, because these corporations who we left to run amok. You seen back in, like, you read about the 70s, the EPA, where the EPA wasn't around, we ain't have no drinking water, bro. Every lake, every reservoir was just polluted because of corporation land, like people dumping stuff, zero regulations.
You need the EPA. I know I work closely with them because I was an HSE technician in the oil and gas fields for like 6 years, health, safety, and environmental. So I worked with the EPA and OSHA hand in hand for a long time in the oil and gas to make sure the different chemicals had containment, chemicals wasn't hitting the ground, getting into the water and stuff like that. I did that. I actually did that.
You want to see what a world looks like without regulations? Go to India. Just watch them India. What they be having babies born with like legs coming out of their stomach. Bro.
Damn.
Yeah.
Bro, they survive. Their mortality is so low, bro, in India. Like,
you go anywhere in India outside of Budapest, you gonna see some shit.
Bro, you can't even eat the food there.
You ever see the street food?
Yeah, that's what. Bro, they have no regulations. Even like at least
playing double dutch in your food. Why are he making it?
Yeah, and his whole elbow in there, and he like lick his own.
Hey, Ratatouille though. Ratatouille was doing his thing though.
It's crazy, but that's what deregulation. Like, you could just see them working when they work, bro. They like, I see them overseas because I've been overseas. I see them bringing these workers from these third world countries. Bro, they get up and they build tall buildings. They don't have no harnesses. They die on a job site every day, bro. And they just step over the body, pick them up, throw them in the back of a truck, take them away, and bring another worker in, bro.
Somebody else got to do the job, man. Next man up, like you said, Nova. Next man up.
Yeah, did you say about it? They taking over the semi trucks.
No. Why you think we were having so many bad wrecks with semi trucks over here?
Because they came in the country and they was working.
Because they opened the floodgates to the immigrants who can't even read English. That's just running off the exit, running into people, and they know that the only thing gonna happen to them, they just gonna get deported. So it's important to close the floodgates to the border.
I believe,
you got a lot of them coming in. They having these bad wrecks, they killing people. If you're American, you're going to prison. You get manslaughter. But if you're an immigrant, you kill somebody over here, they just gonna deport you.
Man, sure, man.
In luxury, they was giving these boys $3,500 food stamp, $7,000 a month on a car. They living in Chicago and New York rent free.
Man,
on our taxpayers.
100%, bro. I appreciate you coming through, though.
Some Democrats, some Democrats. That's what they was trying to keep up.
Yeah, he went in that booth and voted. He did it.
I appreciate you coming through, though, bro. I really do. Appreciate you coming through, chopping it up with us, man, showing us love, tapping in with us.
To y'all randomly, do y'all have a certain night y'all be coming on?
Sure, we supposed to be on Monday through Friday.
Yeah, but Nova be tripping, bro.
Nah, that be Trey, bro. I be here I show up to work every day.
Nova be tripping.
I show up to work every day at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And Trey,
he usually kick us off here every 30 minutes, but this is the first time he like, he extended.
I got my look, I didn't have to put my other show. Hopefully I could do my other show.
No, I'm great dialogue, man.
I know. I couldn't let it go.
Hopefully you tap in more, bro. Hey, call in.
Yeah, I will. We got to chop it up, man. I like talking to y'all boys, man.
Yeah, appreciate you calling in, bro. That was unexpected.
I gotta pee though. I ain't gonna lie, boy. You got my bladder on swole right now, dog. Boy, I've been
Pause.
Me and Squirt gotta go, boy. I gotta pee so bad, dog.
I appreciate it though, man. You gave us.
Y'all be good.
You too, bro. Thank you.
Much love, dog.
And on that note, we are out.
Hey, man, check out the doggone swag and the gear, man. TeaCupPodcast.com, man. This is Trap Olympics. We talked a whole lot about getting out of the trap on this show. So if you want this hoodie, go to the TeaCupPodcast.com. We got some fire merch, fire coffee, all that jazz, man. On that note, man, I got to go squirt, bro. I got to let it loose. I got to make it rain.
All right.
Make it rain.
Later.